What up, friendos? Welcome back. And today we're delving into the world of cryptocurrency again. So put on some wellies, whatever you call them in your country, maybe a raincoat, because we're about to be wading through the absolute sewer, as per usual. So we found ourselves again on the Web3's Going Great website. And the place I'm going to start, because it's the one that is the funniest, is stake.com. Which you might know is a cryptocurrency gambling website, rose to prominence, I'm not sure where, but where most people would have heard about it is twitch.tv, because they were sponsoring people like Trainwrecks TV, Aiden Ross, things like that, XQC, another big one, with millions of dollars per week, per month, to essentially drag their mostly underage and impressionable audience into the world of cryptocurrency gambling. Now, eventually, Twitch.tv banned any form of crypto gambling if it was unregulated in the US. If memory serves, at least. Either way, places like Stake.com are banned. So Stake, in their infinite wisdom, decided, what are we going to do to basically branch out into a large audience of impressionable people who are clearly making us a whole bunch of money? Well, we'll just make our own website, right? We'll make our own streaming platform with cocaine and hookers. I say that a little bit as a joke, but it's kind of also true. If you know anything about the people on there, check out my latest video on the main channel if you don't, if it's not been demonetized or age restricted by YouTube, which it probably has been, even though I've massively censored it and all the clips come from other people's channels that are monetized, but apparently YouTube just don't like me very much. I wonder why. So Crypto Casino Stake has been hacked for over $40 million. Attackers managed to make transactions from hot wallets operated by the Stake betting platform, stealing approximately $15.7 million from their Ethereum wallet and around $25.6 million from BSC, which is Binance Smart Chain, and Polygon. Now, the kicker here, the best part about this whole thing, I mean, there is no best part. Actually, I take that back. There is. In this circumstance, it's a cryptocurrency hack that's happened where it's not the users that bear the brunt of the damages, because this is money that Stake can replace, because Stake makes a whole bunch of money, because gambling, the house always wins and it's incredibly profitable to do so, which is why they can afford to operate Kick at a loss, paying a whole bunch of money for not a whole bunch of advertising or revenue, because they give all of it away to their streamers with a 95 to 5% split, which is great if you are a streamer, not so much if you stake, unless of course people go and spend their money on gambling, in which case you're a big old winner. But that's the good news, that Stake bears the damages. The bad news, of course, is that this money went to the only place where you read about in cryptocurrency where hacks have happened, and that is North Korea. My favorite Korea, best Korea, as the memes go. On September 6th, the FBI announced that they believed the Lazarus Group was behind the theft. Lazarus is a group of North Korean state-sponsored hackers allegedly responsible for crypto hacks totaling hundreds of millions of dollars. It's not hundreds of millions at this point, it's billions of dollars. If you remember, I think it was last year, 2022, there was maybe it was the year before. Time flies, I guess, when you're having fun in cryptocurrency. There was the biggest game in crypto. It was in Web3. It was called Axie Infinity, aka Ponzi Infinity, to the moon, hodl hodl, and rocket emojis, all that good stuff. Basically, they had what they call a bridge, which was called Ronin Bridge. And the way that it operated was essentially, let's say you have you have Ethereum, and you want to play Axie Infinity because your brain it's just fucked in the feed. And you think, oh, if I do play Axie, the transactions between me and the other people playing are going to be expensive in terms of gas, which is exactly what it sounds like. It's like putting gas in your car and going somewhere. You need gas to make transactions. It's basically a fancy word for transactional fees on the ETH blockchain. So what they did was they thought, to get the most amount of people involved, we'll just have to make our own ramp, basically, where you can give us your ETH, we'll hold it in a vault, and we'll give you play money, basically. These will be tokens that represent Ethereum. And then you can trade that within our ecosystem. There's very few fees. And then as soon as you're done, you can bridge it back over, essentially give us your play money back, and we'll give you back your money out the vault. Now, unfortunately, what happened was the vault got emptied from like, I think it was like $450 million at the time. And all that money went straight to North Korea, as many of these things do. Lazarus Group is essentially the boogeyman of the crypto world. And if you know anything about them, they've been perpetuating cyber attacks against South Korea, North America, botnets across the world, shutting down hospitals in some countries, things like that, ransomware. And of course, as soon as cryptocurrency came out and started being a big thing, they are essentially the boogeyman of the crypto world. They've stolen billions of dollars with a B, big old billies, and they show no sign of slowing down. If there's an exploit nowadays, if there's a hack, you can basically with some certainty say there's a good chance that it is Lazarus that have done this, and all that money's going where, you may ask? Well, it seems like North Korea's number one import, number one moneymaker is crypto theft, and they're using that money to basically prop up a regime that is absolutely terrible to any human that's in North Korea, but particularly North Korean people, and also to build weapons such as missiles, which they routinely fire across different countries, trying to, flex and make sure that everyone knows that they are absolutely fucked in the head. And what can the world do about it? Nothing really, because they're propped up by some very powerful nearby countries. Not to get too political, we'll not go into it any further. But to basically put a pin in it, whenever there's a hack like this, whenever there's tens, hundreds of millions of dollars going missing, I say missing even though we know where it's gone, they are directly funding an oppressive regime that does essentially kill a whole bunch of their own citizens and are responsible for things like assassinations in foreign airports and things like that. So a really good place for your money to be going to. And one, I guess, thing I won't go into much detail on because I guess it's a meme, but also Aiden Ross is not the smartest person in the world, so maybe it's not a meme. Steak Eddie, I don't actually know if he's the CEO, but basically every time I hear about Steak, I hear about Eddie. He went on Aiden Ross's stream the other day, maybe yesterday, and was essentially trying to convince Aiden Ross to go to North Korea to try and get the money back, to become friends with Kim... I can't even fucking repeat this. To become friends with Kim Jong-un and get the money back. And he was like, oh yeah, because Dennis Rodman went, and Kim Jong-un really likes basketball, and Dennis Rodman, and maybe like you as well, Aiden Ross, because apparently we're putting Aiden Ross on the same level as the absolute legend that is Dennis Rodman. Please, if there are aliens out there, if you're receiving this signal, come down, just fucking end it all. But I'm sure there will be some zooms out there in Aiden Ross's audience that do believe Aiden Ross is on par with Dennis Rodman. So what do we even say about that? But we're talking about cryptocurrency. We're getting off topic. Next up, we've got Gala Games. Do you know about Gala Games? I certainly do, because it seems like whenever somebody links me a video about crypto gaming, about the Web3, and about play to earn and all this other fucking nonsense, it'll be something by Gala Games, or the video will have a sponsor of Gala Games. And why is that? Why is it always Gala Games? Well, because they've got a whole bunch of money, and these people are fucking shills. So, of course, they're going to tell you, oh, yeah, Gala Games is amazing. Well, they're not that amazing, because none of their games have done anything as of yet. And the founders are also suing each other for hundreds of millions of dollars in losses, according to them. So the two co-founders of blockchain gaming company Gala Games are suing each other. One lawsuit filed by Gala CEO Eric Schremeyer, I don't know how to fucking say his name. The Gala director, Wright Thurston, stole $130 million in Gala, directing it through his company and then into a complex web of obfuscatory transactions between September 2022 and May of 2023. According to this lawsuit, Thurston explained that he was selling some of the Gala tokens in order to purchase ammunition for firearms. Wait, because I've not read this before. You're getting a live reaction. You sold... I know America is a confusing place to me. How much does fucking ammunition cost? And what for? Does he later on allege that there's a zombie apocalypse or something? You're selling $130 million worth of Gala to buy ammunition. What is he doing? Funding the fucking American industrial complex? No, that'd probably be 130 billion instead. Doesn't even work as a joke, because it'd be much more than that. Why would you even admit to this, though? So the lawsuit also outlines how Gala issued the Gala V2 token in May 2023 in order to hide the alleged theft from Gala's token holders. Who said that? If that's the CEO, mate, oh yeah, he irreparably damaged the company, so we had to fool our audience and hide the fraud. I guess that is the easiest way to clap back. Yeah, I did take that 130 mil and spend it on ammunition. Of course I did. All of it. Just got loads of fucking bullets, just stocking up for the war. But you hid it from your audience and made a Gala V2 token. What I love is the idea that there's a token out there where people have poured in their life savings and they're really sold on this being the best thing ever. And then you're going to launch a V2. Like, come on, mate, what's wrong with V1? Apart from the fact that probably some level of fraud, allegedly. In a competing lawsuit, Wright Thurston alleges that the other guy, the CEO, where I'm not going to butcher his name again, unilaterally misused over $600 million in company funds in wasteful actions that were, quote, often for his own personal benefit, including to buy a private jet and hire architects and designers for personal real estate projects. The Gala token dropped 5% on the news of the lawsuits. Only 5, I'd have been burning this motherfucker in the street. Not the people in Minecraft in a video game. I'm talking about the token. At the end of the day, no matter what, if you've got two co-founders suing each other, no matter what, the truth of this will be somewhere in the middle. But either way, one saying you stole 130 mil worth of tokens to go and buy ammunition. No, actually, he's not alleging you bought ammunition. You're saying you did, because you're a madman, apparently. You're like a fucking Bond villain, but shit, because there's cryptocurrency involved. And the other one saying you stole 600 mil to buy a private jet and architects to build houses. No matter what, even if you meet in the middle there, the losers, and I'm not just talking about people that buy cryptocurrency, the losers are the audience here, the people, the consumers, whatever we want to call them, the people that bought tokens, V1 tokens, of course, because V2, everything's going to be different with V2. V2 is going to fix all the problems. In fact, are there really any problems with V2? I think as a test video, we can probably end it here, right? We can probably say 2 stories is enough. I know I rambled about a bunch of stuff, and it's probably not the ideal setup. I have this desk as a standing desk now, but it's propped up by boxes of water. I'll probably get some, electronic legs or whatever at some point. I just wanted to test out whether it would be worth recording videos like this. It's also not ideal that I'm recording on one computer and then reading off my laptop, because then in post I have to edit in the stuff that we're reading. It does feel a little bit more high energy and interactive to do it this way, even though I do feel like a bit of a twat and a news anchor. But either way, hopefully you had fun delving. I also probably need to change the mic settings. I can hear it's not ideal in my headphones. I'm too close to the mic now. I will try to record some more second channel videos. Don't often do it nowadays, but maybe this will be the spark that allows me to. Leave a comment, let me know, suggest video topics you want to see me cover, and drop a like. Check out the links in the video description, Patreon if you want to support me further. And yeah, see you next time. Peace out.